Stark.
You know me?
I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
My only curse is you.
What if I told you that the entire Infinity Saga was really just about two men who saw the end of everything, but couldn't convince anyone else it was real? But before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to explain something you understood perfectly to someone who just doesn't get it? And the more you explain, the more frustrated they look, almost like you were speaking Klingon. Congratulations, you've experienced the curse of knowledge. And in this video, I'm going to show you why it's way more terrifying than the snap itself. For Tony Stark, it all started in 2012 during the Battle of New York. When he flew that missile through a wormhole into space to make the sacrifice play, he saw an endless fleet, waiting. And when he fell back through the portal and woke, he was technically alive, but something in him died up there.
Thanos has been inside my head for 6 years, since he sent an army to New York, and now he's back.
6 years. Tony Stark spent 6 years knowing, truly knowing, that something was coming, and nobody believed him. That's not just trauma, though it is trauma. It's something worse. It's the Cassandra Complex. In Greek mythology, Cassandra was cursed by Apollo. She could see the future with perfect clarity, but nobody would ever believe her warnings. She told the Trojans not to bring that sketchy wooden horse into the city. They laughed at her. Then Troy burned. The curse wasn't the prophecy. The curse was being right and powerless at the same time. That's Tony Stark after New York. He tried to tell people. He built loads of Iron Man suits in Iron Man 3 because he couldn't sleep. He was preparing for war, alone.
I can't sleep. You go to bed, I come down here, I do what I know.
Now let's jump to Age of Ultron. Wanda Maximoff hits Tony with a vision, and people always say she gave him the vision. No, she just opened the door. The nightmare was already there, sitting in his brain, paying rent.
You could have saved us.
Can you imagine that weight? And what does he do? He builds Ultron. Now, we all know how that goes. Ultron decides humanity is the problem, starts quoting Pinocchio, tries to drop a city on the Earth like a meteor. Classic robot uprising stuff. But here's what people miss. Tony was right. Not about Ultron, obviously that was a disaster, but about the threat. Thanos was coming. Earth wasn't ready. The Avengers did need something bigger. The tragedy is that his solution created the very chaos he was trying to prevent. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. He saw the future, tried to stop it, and ended up accelerating it. That's the curse. You can see the disaster coming, but every move you make to prevent it just feeds the machine. Now flip it.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos.
Everyone thinks Thanos is just a big bad, the final boss, the guy who erases half the universe with a single snap. But that's not what he is. Thanos is what happens when someone with the curse of knowledge doesn't have a Pepper Potts to pull them back from the edge. Thanos warned the people of Titan about overpopulation, about resource depletion, and they called him a madman. They exiled him, and then their world collapsed, exactly like he said it would. 2 men, 2 apocalypses, 2 warnings nobody believed. The curse of knowledge doesn't care if you're hero or villain. It just destroys you either way. Here's where it gets really messed up. Because the curse of knowledge doesn't just make you frustrated, it makes you dangerous. Think about it. If you know something terrible is coming and nobody will listen, and you have the power to do something about it, what do? For Tony, you build Ultron. Except Ultron had other plans for humanity. Whoops! For Thanos, you collect the Infinity Stones to restore balance. The curse of knowledge also has an isolating effect. Tony drives Pepper away with his obsession. He fractures the Avengers in Civil War because he doesn't trust them to regulate themselves. By Infinity War, he's standing in the Sanctum Sanctorum arguing with a wizard, completely disconnected from the team he built.
What is your job exactly besides making balloon animals?
Protecting your reality, douchebag.
Thanos? He sacrifices Gamora, the one person he actually loves, to get the Soul Stone.
I'm sorry, little one.
The price of saving the universe is stripping away his own humanity, piece by piece. That's the curse in action. Because once you're convinced you're the only one who sees clearly, you stop asking if you might be wrong. You stop listening. You become the very thing the curse warned you about. Let's go back to Titan. The Russo brothers absolutely understood the assignment with this setting. Everything is rust and decay, a dead world. Visual proof that Thanos was right. This is what happens when people don't listen to the curse bearer. And then Thanos sees Tony. Let's break down why this hits so hard.
Stark.
You know me?
I do.
First, Thanos knows Tony because Tony is the guy who nuked his army in New York, the one who threw a wrench in his plans 6 years ago. He's done his homework. This isn't a random villain speech. This is recognition between equals. Second, the word cursed. Both of them would give anything to not know what they know, to live in blissful ignorance like everyone else. But they can't. The knowledge won't let them.
You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
Third, this is the villain asking for empathy. Thanos is saying, I know you understand me, even if nobody else does. It's almost lonely. And Tony's response?
My only curse is you.
He rejects the connection. He refuses to see Thanos as anything but the enemy, because to acknowledge the similarity would be to acknowledge that maybe, just maybe, the curse could turn him into something like Thanos too. Let's get a little academic for a second. Don't worry, I'll make it fun. There's this thing in philosophy called the Trolley Problem. A trolley's heading toward 5 people. You can pull a lever and divert it to a track with 1 person. Do you pull it? Thanos pulls the lever without blinking. Easy math. Greatest good for the greatest number. Tony stares at the lever, trying to figure out if he can build a jetpack to save all 6 people. He wants to pull the lever. He did create Ultron after all, but his humanity won't let him. He keeps trying to find the option where nobody dies. That's the difference. Thanos is a cold, perfect calculator. He's playing chess with the universe, and he's okay with sacrificing pieces. Tony is messy, human. He wants to do the math, but he can't ignore the faces. In Infinity War, when Vision offers to destroy the Mind Stone to sacrifice himself to stop Thanos, the Avengers refuse.
We don't trade lives, Vision.
That's the line in the sand. Thanos treats existence like a ledger to be balanced. Tony refuses, even when it costs him everything. But here's the uncomfortable truth. They both suffer from the same arrogance. They both think they're special, chosen, the only ones who can fix this.
I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
Tony doesn't say it out loud, but you can feel it in every decision. He doesn't trust the government. He doesn't trust S.H.I.E.L.D. He doesn't even fully trust the Avengers. Deep down, both of them believe, if I don't do this, nobody will. And that's the curse at its peak. Because once you believe you're the only one who can save the world, you stop asking if you should. But here's what the movie ultimately suggests, and this is important. The cure for the curse of knowledge isn't having better knowledge. It's not being smarter or more prepared or more convinced of your own righteousness. The cure is trust.
You trust me?
I do.
Doctor Strange looked at 14 million futures. He saw only one path to victory, and it required losing, temporarily. It required watching Thanos win. But he doesn't go rogue. He doesn't try to force his vision on everyone else. He trusts the team. He shares the burden. Tony, in Endgame, has finally learned this lesson. He's got a daughter, a life, peace. And when the team needed him, his instinct is to say no.
I got my second chance right here, Cap. Can't roll the dice on it.
But then he figures out time travel. The knowledge comes back. The curse returns. And this time he doesn't build it in secret. He brings it to the team. He shares the burden. The curse of knowledge is only truly destructive when you bear it alone. When you convince yourself that you're the only one who can see clearly. When you stop trusting other people to meet you halfway. Thanos lost because he never learned this. He bore the weight alone. He trusted nobody. And in the end, his knowledge was just a justification for his own trauma, dressed up as mathematical certainty. So yeah, you're not the only one cursed with knowledge. It's one line, but it's the emotional core of the entire saga. Two men who saw the end, two prophets shouting into the void, and we're left with the question, what would you do? I don't know the answer, but I know this. The people who change the world aren't the ones with the most knowledge. They're the ones who refuse to carry the weight alone. So, if this video made you rethink the entire MCU, drop a comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.